Hello and happy Friday. Hey, we made it to Friday. It is March 22nd. I am MJ and this is a general reading for the collective. And today I'm using Unfinished Business, a ghostly tarot. And for those of you who want to get in on the second printing, the time to do so is coming quickly to a close. So keep in mind, there may not be another printing. I'm not sure. It all depends on if I think there's enough support that will get us close to the minimum order requirement by the printer. All right, so let's dive in here and see what we have going on energetically speaking. So the first card I'm going to pull is the energy that's influencing us. So energy that comes in, it might impact your mood. It might impact how you relate or respond to those around you today. Then we'll take a look at the situation. What's on the horizon? What do we have to look forward to or maybe plan for this weekend? Then we'll open up the door to the uninvited house ghost and we'll see what they're bringing to this party. How does their energy contribute to that situation? And then we'll wrap it all up with some words of advice. Okay. So starting us off here, we have this energy of, look who shows up, the Magician. All right. Hey, Jose. So we have this energy of the Magician. When we're in this energy of the Magician, we feel like we can create anything, right? We're more aware of our resources. We have a goal perhaps in mind, and it doesn't seem out of touch. It doesn't seem like it's impossible because we have that feeling of power within us that we can create what we need to create so that we can draw that goal towards us. Having the Magician energy around us fills us with inspiration. It allows our creativity to flourish. It allows us to see things in a way that maybe we didn't see a few days ago. Maybe we recognize an opportunity to use a resource in a way that we didn't see earlier on this week. So let's see what we have for this situation. What's coming up? So coming up here, we have, ooh, okay. From one end to the other, we have Judgment here. So we have an opportunity perhaps to rise above something, to let something fall into the past, to forgive, to move on, to find our better selves, right? I mean, sometimes we get bogged down by grudges or fear or feelings that are tied to a past event, and we just need to let it go so that we can move on. We can elevate ourselves in a way. So you'll have a situation this weekend that might call on you perhaps to honor this new passage. You know, it might feel perhaps even like a calling. Maybe you get that feeling in your gut that tells you that the time is right to move forward, to move into a new place, into a new space of maturity. It can be very freeing as well when you recognize that the path that you are on needs to change or that you need to grow. And perhaps that includes forgiving someone who may have hurt you in the past, letting them go into your past so that you can rise up, so that you can move on and into a new life. Doesn't mean it needs to be one where you are not connected with people, but one where you see that relationship perhaps a little differently. Maybe you get some distance. So let's see who's coming in here for the uninvited house guest. And you know, or house ghost. And with, you know, Jose coming in and influencing us, we'll feel very positive about this shift. We'll recognize that we're creating something new and magical, not just for ourselves, but perhaps for those around us. When you're in that energy of the Magician, you see the potential within you, right? You understand what you can create. You understand that there is more perhaps to be done. And letting go, or perhaps atoning for a past mistake, or maybe it's just recognizing that you're not your history. I think earlier in the week, for one of the cards from the Crow affirmation deck, it was the Hierophant, and it was traditions, and I used this song by India Ari that speaks to that message that, we are not our parents, right? We're not our parents' mistakes. We're not to be judged by the things that we did 20 years ago. We should be looked at for who we've become today. And sometimes we still treat ourselves like that person maybe from 20 years ago, and that's the story that we carry with us. But this is a weekend maybe to examine where you want to go, and then use that energy of the magician to help you find your way, to help you find that path, maybe to a new purpose or to a better understanding for what your future could hold. So let's see here. So coming in, oh, hey, it's Valdis. So those of you who are not familiar with the concept of this deck is a collection of spirits that were all gathered by this wonderful woman named Valdis. And that's how I came across these spirits. And that's how the story goes. And when she passed, her card came into the deck when she crossed over. So what Valdis is bringing here is an understanding, a wisdom that, we mature and we become different people through phases of our lives. And sometimes we can look back towards the past and gain some insight or remember things in a fond way, but we're constantly evolving, we're constantly growing and shifting, and our role in this world changes. We might move on into something new and exciting, and we might take that wisdom with us, but not be attached to it. So let's see what the advice card here is. But this energy of all this, to me, I feel like what she's bringing is someone who connects you with not just your past, but your future. Whoever this is that's coming in, or however this energy comes in, they're there to help guide you to the next phase. They have a deep understanding for perhaps what your life was like before. Maybe they've shared some memories with you, or maybe they just understand because they've lived a similar life. But they've grown and they have moved on, and they can help you through that transition. They've already made that crossing from the old to the new. And whoever this is, I feel like they're there to guide you, to help you find your inner magic, to help you find the connection between what you want to become and then how you can become that. And I feel like that magician energy is there to support you in that endeavor as well. All right, so let's see here. What is the advice? Look at this. Be bold. Be like Lucia and see the world as one space where you can create whatever it is that you want to create. You are the person who has that potential. You are able to bring to life an idea. You're the person who can make that decision to put yourself out there. You have within you that ability to start something new, to be a creative force of nature. And it may require you to let go of the past in some way. It might require you to shed the past so that you can emerge. And with this Valdis card sitting here, there might be somebody who understands this desire that you have, right? To start something new, to engage in a world that is full of creativity, to use your magic, to use your passion for something in a positive way. And maybe it's just the time is right now to do that. Maybe you've been kind of waiting and letting things build up, and you've kind of reached that boiling point where you have to let it out. And in order to do that, you might have to recognize that your past should not be there to hold you back, but rather to prop you up. And so I feel like that's what Valdis is there. Like, and you know, to me, Valdis represents someone who's wise beyond their years, who's lived a life of excitement and travel, and who sees the world not just from one perspective, but they have this ability to recognize that their eyes are just one set of many, many, and that we all see things a bit differently. And so I feel like that's what Valdis is there to help show you, that you might have this vision for yourself that might be narrow, but it's time to expand that and move on. It's time to let that energy of the Two of Wands speak up and be bold and be decisive, and, you know, show the world that you have something of value, that you have something that holds this great amount of potential for your future. And again, I see that with Jose here, with the Magician. You have all the resources that you need at your disposal. You have to be able to see them and recognize them. Because there is an opportunity to put yourself out there and to do something daring and to be perhaps a unique voice in a sea of monotony. You know, it's like you have that power. So much love to you. Peace and happy weekend. I will talk with you all on Monday. All right. Bye.